I caught 64 bodies in 5 years.
I beg your pardon?
I caught 64 bodies in 5 years. And then I had this best friend, she was in her hope stage, and then I caught like 50 bodies in less than a year.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I blame that. I was celibate for 7 months, and I became best friends with her. And I blame her. Y'all gonna tell me not to blame people for my actions? I'm gonna blame her. The fuck? I don't care. I'm gonna blame her.
You can't blame her.
No, I can't.
Jesus can't save these hoes. Why are you trying?
The black church caters to the black woman. And the reason the black church caters to the black woman is because the black woman is the provider. She has more income and education than the man. So they're looking at this financially. They also have a vested interest in her never getting married. The pastor is the metaphorical husband of all the single women in the community. I'm not saying he's sleeping with them.
Really is.
I'm saying he's keeping them so distracted with Jesus that they never find a husband, and that's the way he wants it to stay. Because if she finds a husband, she won't have as much time to be donating to the church home. Wow. So the black church benefits from single motherhood. They don't want our sisters married.
From all the things that exist under the sun, this is the one I had to agree with this professional race hustler. There are parts where he is wrong. Church leaders don't keep women busy with Jesus, because if they were really keeping women busy with Jesus, all the women in churches would have been married. Women would have been getting married earlier. They wouldn't be single mothers in churches unless they are widows, and the divorce rate would have been below 30% at best. The correct way to say it is that church leaders use the Bible in a blasphemous and twisted way to find excuses for women's poor choices and bad behaviors. Most churches operate like the government. The same way politicians need women votes to be and to stay in office, it is pretty much the same way in the modern church. But in the church, it's a little bit different. Instead of votes, they need women's approval. So the more women like the pastor, the more power he has. And also because of how things are going on in the modern world, there is a financial incentive to keep women happy. And we all know what makes women happy. Just don't hold them accountable, and voila. The more a church validates women's feelings and experiences, the easier it is to extract resources from them. Just so you know, the majority of cult members are women. And it has been proven that in order for a cult to be successful, the cult leader or leaders have to prey on the members' feelings. And that's what the modern church is, a feminist social club, a temple where women go to be validated.
Group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. We'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men and inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man.
Everything she said is right. But here's another thing. I'm not going to get too racial here, but women always had to work. Women of all races, black, white, Asian, they always have to work. But depending on the region, the country, and how advanced the civilization had become, some women had the privilege to be taken care of and be stay-at-home wives and focus only on taking care of the children in the house. And the white woman was that woman. But women being women, they want power, they want the benefit. So white women started making noise so that they can be integrated into the workforce. Not the dirty and dangerous job that keeps society together. No, the good, cushy jobs where you get to make decisions. And simps being simps. They allow women to join the workforce and work alongside men, and unfortunately, the white woman ideology of feminism propagated to other races. And they bamboozled women with the victim mentality and the fallacy of women oppression. Even though women have never been oppressed. As a matter of fact, women are the beneficiary of men's sacrifice because the responsibility of building, maintaining, and protecting always fell on men. And for those white women being married, well, congratulations to them. They found their suckers to pay their student loans. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the race is. As long as the woman is in the West. Not all women, of course. But as long as a woman is born in the West, grown in the West, she's not deserving of marriage. That's just my opinion.
Like this shit normal, man. She got a whole nother. I ain't even this fucking size, bro. Like, look how big these clothes is. This ain't my shit, bro. Like, why the fuck? Like,
she had a big old Michael Clark Duncan looking
I don't
nigga in
want
the
that
house.
shit. You can keep it.
Get out.
You mean, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I pay the fucking bills in this house. I don't know why. Why? Like, why the fuck was you? Why? Like, all I do is go to work. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking going. Next time I go somewhere, man, she got me fucked up, man. I get my shit out this motherfucker first time I get out. Ain't no fucking get out. My shit. What you mean? Look at her, y'all. Look. She's going to kick it out now because she caught. So
She can't kick you out if you got your own crib, brother.
Give a fuck, bro. I'm mad, but I'm not finna fucking leave. You think I'm finna leave? You crazy as hell. I'm not going nowhere. I feel like I deserve an explanation. Why? Tell me why did you brought another dude over? That's all I want to tell me why.
Look at her, bro. She got red hair, bro.
Why?
Come on, man. How could you trust that?
Look at her, but she ain't even got shit to say. She sitting up here. The probably still coming over. Ain't no telling what she be telling. Look at her. Look.
You done?
No, I ain't fucking done because you ain't gonna give me no explanation.
You done?
What, is he helping pay the bills too? So what you gonna do? If I don't pay the bills, how you gonna pay the bills?
You done?
No, I ain't done. I want an explanation. That's what I want. I'm not. How you gonna get mad, try to flip it on me and kick me out because I found out that you got some other clothes?
Get out.
You talking about get out? Are you serious?
I'm going through my shit for you anyway.
It don't matter. Like, what you mean? I was going through your shit. Like, I was in there looking for my shit and then I found this other shit. If you gonna talk to me, can you talk to me? That's all I'm saying. I just want you to talk to me.
You sound like a chump right now, dog. Get out that girl house and go on, take your ball and go home. Or take that ball somewhere else.
No, I'm not. Come on, what you trying to? Because that don't make no sense. I'm saying because I want to know why you do it. Why you cheat? What are you cheating for? What are you cheating for? Like, why you bringing a dude here and I work to make sure that you straight and then you. I'm saying another man shouldn't be in his house. What are you talking about?
You went for some shit and you found it.
It don't matter though, but you still saying so. Why is another man in my house? Is what I'm saying. Make sure that you good. I come back, it's another man. And you just flat out told me that it's another dude been here.
What you want to do?
So that's what it is though. That's what it really is.
Yeah.
That's what it really is.
Yeah.
So you just gonna tell me you talk another dude be coming over.
I was.
That's crazy. That's crazy,
You
man.
gonna stay or you gonna go?
That's crazy though. But that's what we are. What I'm saying, but that's what.
You go.
But I'm saying that's crazy though. Like, no, it's all good though, man. Just take a look at this. Like, right?
You go.
Just take a good look. Take a good look. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all good though. I'm gonna come back and get my stuff. So just make sure you have my stuff put up.
Yeah,
for me,
yeah,
'cause I don't want no
yeah.
drama. I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
But just make sure you got a way to pay your.
Okay, bye.
Make sure you got a way to pay
Okay,
the
bye.
bills
I
because
do.
when I'm gone,
Bye,
I'm not
bye.
paying nothing else. When
All
I
right,
leave.
bye.
It don't even make sense. That's crazy. That's what happened, bro. You trying to make sure somebody good, bro. You trying to take care of somebody, make sure they straight. All the time. Hey, hold on. Something else. How? I don't mean he's me over here. What's you ain't no? He's coming over here.
This is utterly pathetic. Seriously, look at that woman. Really, both the dude in a relationship with her, and the dude who was just smacking her behind. Both of them have no self-respect. Seriously, look at the thing that he is getting all up in his feelings for. How desperate do you have to be to fight over a woman like that? And look at how proud and confident she is. In my opinion, this is on the man. This is on the man from the very beginning. He shouldn't have dealt with a woman who looked like that. Not to say that you should choose a woman based on physical appearance, but quite frankly, your physical appearance tells a lot about you.
Now with pair bonding research out there, women that sleep with more than 5 men, they only have a 20% success rate at marriage. And let me tell you, coming from a broken family and coming from my own relationship challenges and divorce, and my children have been divorced, that is not happiness, right? I would choose to have my family together at 100%. And I did that. I brought my family back together after divorce. And it didn't work out in the end. And I think a lot of it has to do with the programming around being a boss babe and, your husband and, the man and all this stuff. And I think part of that is a product of that.
I'm not going to tell people how they should live their lives, but this stuff of promiscuity has gotten out of hand. Women think that men sleep around willy-nilly, while the fact of the matter is that the vast majority of men don't have the opportunity to even entertain more than one woman. Roughly 20% of men are the ones who are getting together with almost 85 to 90% of women. And women have been using the argument of men as all sleeping around in order to cover up for the fact that they are being passed around by the same type of men. I'm not telling anybody how they should live their lives, but all I'm doing is just trying to find ways for a life with zero senseless problems, at least from where I'm seeing things. Guys, if she is not a virgin, don't be the one who put a ring on it. If the man who took her virginity didn't put a ring on it, don't. Because quite frankly, you cannot unsee what you have already seen. And when it comes to women, a woman never opens her legs unless she has a type of emotional connection with the man she's opening her legs to. When she has opened her leg to a man, she is marked by that man, and every man who has hit that has marked her. You will be putting yourself in a situation where you will constantly have to deal with the ghosts of those men. The problems that you are going to have with that woman in the relationships are not problems that really emerged from your relationship, but they are problems that she had with a certain man in her past. And because you do not meet the archetype of that man, she is going to bring that problem into the relationship that you have with her to see if you can behave like that man. And since you are not that man, it's going to put unnecessary strain on a relationship. The ghosts of her past sexcapade are going to follow her in all of her relationships, and personally, you do not deserve that. No one deserves that. No one deserves to deal with traumas that they didn't create. I know it may sound like a pipe dream to look for a virgin nowadays, but imagine having to go all throughout your 20s and early 30s to build and establish yourself, and when it comes to starting a family, you decide to put a ring on a woman who spent her late teens and 20s being passed around, used left and right, and when she reaches 29 or 30, now, she wants to have a family. What does it say about you for choosing such a woman? As a man, you are the one who chooses, and one of the reasons why women are so promiscuous nowadays is because they know that after they're done being used, there are men who will be willing to marry them. If she's not a virgin, don't deal with it. If you're gonna have fun with her, I do not recommend it, but you do you. It is time that as a man you start requiring some dignity and decency, but at the end of the day, life is a choice.